Please work this time, live stream. If you don't, I will be annoyed. Yay, it's working. How good. Finally decides to work. Because the old one didn't work, so I had to delete it. Let's see how long it lasts, eh? Ha 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 ha. So, I may as well just start all the spiels and whatever again. Alright, so tonight we are celebrating 2,500 subscribers and 1 million total video views on Roblox Fan 777. That's my name, by the way. Not my real name, of course. That would just be a bit strange. But tonight, we're celebrating that. And if you want to request a game, we're in Eat or Die at the moment, feel free to request one. I did have it in the original title and description in the original stream, but I just rushed into making this new one, so there's no real description. I'll just put one in there later, maybe once the stream's over. But yeah. Let's so by the way, we are playing Eat or Die. Basically, this game, you've got to run away from a plus-size person. I can't say fat person, because political correctness and all that. I don't want people getting all pissy-wissy in the chat. But anyways, so you got to run away from this plus-size person as they try to kill you, stomp on you, and do whatever. Just try and destroy you in general. To do that, you can either just go hide in places, or you can eat stuff and try and outrun them. Of course, as the plus-size chub person, you can, of course, destroy buildings and obviously kill people. So right now I'm just eating a whole bunch of stuff. I am super plus-size, and I can run really fast and jump kind of high. Not really high, but somewhat high. Pretty cool, huh? And my character looks a little bit crazy, but what can one do? One cannot just simply walk around without being a crazy character sometimes, you know? Let's just hide here, check the chat, see what's going on. Nothing much in the chat, but whatever. What can I do? But let's get back to the game at hand, yeah? So I'm still over here. Chubb doesn't seem to be... Ooh, I mean, they're close. How much time we got left? We got 17 seconds, and I am one of 6 people alive, apparently. So there's that. I'm slowly thinning out as well over time. If you do not eat your food,
Victory.
you don't die. No, you thin out a little bit, and of course that means that you're unable to run as fast or jump as high and that sort of thing. And it would seem that I won, and that they're picking the chub now, and I have got 11% chance of being the chub. But it wasn't me. Oh well, never mind. It might be me later, hopefully. Hopefully it's not one of those games where it's not me for like 10 years. I remember one of my first video, well, not my first videos, but one of my earlier videos, only about 3 months after I started this channel, quite simply was me playing this game, and it was a 2-part episode. It was a 2-part series. Episodes at least, I think, like 10 minutes long. I've got to have another look. But, because in the first episode, I was never the chub. And I did go to record the second episode, but I think for some reason it didn't work on the, or either that I had to go or something. Like, I couldn't finish recording the video on that server. So I had to restart the whole progression again, because the longer you're in the game and the longer you're not chubbed, the more your percentage increases for the most part. So, yeah, and but regardless, it had to be a 2-part series either way, no matter if I've been able to stay or not. Because I think in the first episode I did like 4 rounds, and it meant, and I wasn't chubbed once in those rounds. So, there's that, I suppose. But it just goes to show how long it can take. I've played this game sometimes, and I've gone like, sometimes like 10, maybe even 15 rounds without being the chub once. And then all of a sudden I get it, and then sometimes I'll just get it, maybe not the next round necessarily, but the round after, and then quite frequently after that, as if the game's like, oh, oops, I'm sorry that you weren't the chub for a while. Here you go. Oh, victory. Here you go. You can be the chub a lot more, because we stuffed up. How good. Just checking the chat while the chub gets picked. Hang on, who's it going to be? Let's see. Is it going to be me? It is not going to be me. I wonder if any of my friends are in this game, just out of curiosity.
3, 2, 1, go!
Smart as Marbles, how we doing? Doing good? You doing alright? I know I said in the previous stream that wasn't working, but VoiceOver, my screen reader that I use, and YouTube are not being best of friends at the moment for some reason. In that, particularly when it comes to live chat, for some reason, VoiceOver does not want to read live chat. It just thinks there's nothing there or something. So I have to turn on what's called screen recognition, and that is often a bit buggy and stupid. So I apologize if it takes me forever to read the chat or something like that, or if I can't read your message for whatever reason, but still chat. I will try and read it. But if I can't, just bear with, I suppose. Let's see. Who's in the game with me? Let's see if any of my friends are in the game. If my friends are in the game, there will be like a head icon or something next to their name. No head icons by the looks. So it would seem that my friends are not in the game Probably not. There is 6 seconds to go in the round and 2 alive. Someone just died just then. How good.
Failed.
You failed. Yes, I did fail. Good work, game, for picking that up. Smart as marbles. I'm not in game, by the way, but I'm good. And Rip Voiceover. Yep, definitely Rip Voiceover. Rest in peace, Voiceover. You were an idiot anyway. You and YouTube with your stupid, like, Civil War or something. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm on about. But whatever you're doing, stop having a civil war and get the heck along, or I will rip you literally and figuratively. How's that? We are at Spooky Town, the map that I hate most in this game, because it's so dark. And because of my vision impairment, I can't see very well anyway at the best of times. So darkness does not help. My brightness is... Oh,
Victory.
I think the chub left the game. How good. Wait. For a second it forgot to turn back to daytime. So the whole map was cast in nighttime and cast in darkness as it is in Spooky Town. Let's see if I get picked as the chub. I do have 28%, so I've got a pretty good chance for it. No, I don't wish to do it with Roblox. No, it wasn't me. Someone else. That is not me.
3, 2,
As I said before, this could be one of those games where I don't get it for ages and we just spend the whole live stream doing this one game and me not getting it. But one thing's for sure, after I am the chub, I will probably switch games. I'm not sure what. Have a think in the chat. And you can request a game if you so wish. And I'll see if I can play it without making a fool of myself. But I probably will make a fool of myself. Let's be honest about that. I make a fool of myself both on my YouTube channel and in real life. Those who know me in real life. I am a massive idiot. And I am lying on the floor and now I'm stood up. How good. How many people have we watching? Let's see. 2 watching, and that's probably me on my phone making sure the stream's all good and smart as marbles. How good. Hang on, where's my chat gone? My chat has disappeared. Hang on, let me get my chat back. Let me get the chat back so I can talk to you back. I notice it's just my banner photo for this stream. So it seems. I don't know why. And let me tell my... Ooh, hang on. No, still not the chub. How good. Got a bit more time on my hand, I suppose. Screen recognition is back on.
3, 2,
So I can now read the chat again. Not that there's anything in there of importance. Anyways, back to the game at hand. We are at Sunny Hills, one of my favourite maps, as it has some pretty good hidey spots. Hang on, let me show you. I think I'm going to the right place. Oh no, I shouldn't have eaten this much food. I'm not going to be able to hide now in the spot that I want to. I keep running into food. Usually I never run into food, and then I end up like not being able to go anywhere. Now when I don't want to run into food, I don't need to. So let me just burn off some fat, and then I'll show you the hiding spot, if I can find it. The trick is to, in this game, in this map, to try and hide in these walls here somewhere. There is some spots in here where you can hide. And it is dead useful. And it completely, yeah, see like this. You can still see part of my head and my body when I move around a bit, but... Oh, there we go. You can basically not see me now. So it confuses the absolute heck out of the chub until such time as they get a ping. But even then, they don't know if I'm there sometimes. There's 20 seconds left to go. I'm one of 3 alive. 15 seconds now. Often I'm left the only one standing if I hide in this spot. And it is so OP. It's like almost a cheat or an exploit or a hack even.
Victory.
But not really. I feel like it's by design, to be honest. You're meant to be able to do that, I think. Because while they have it for such a long time, they've had it since I've played, and I know back in 2020, I know they've updated it since. They didn't want it, and they would have surely known about it, then they would have fixed it. I've got 30% chance, I believe. Yep, 30%. And let's see if I... Yep, it's me. If it's Spooky Tyler, I'm going to be so annoyed.
3, 2,
Oh, thank goodness it is Sunny Hills. Alright, so here you can see I'm really big, really tall, really fast, and can jump really high. Somehow I can do that even though I'm so plus-sized, question mark. Smashing up that car. Thank you very much. I often don't end up killing people, so I often just end up just destroying all the buildings and all the cars and just wreaking absolute havoc around the place. If I can't kill people, I want to make sure that they're panicked as can be, at least in game anyway. In real life I wouldn't do that, obviously. Just feel like I need to say that in case people come in and be like, "Oh, Roblox man, the murderer is some sort of villain, he's gonna come and kill us and we're gonna send him to jail." All of us in Winchester didn't know anything about drugs. How's that for an impression of left-wing PC people, eh? Ha 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 ha. Har 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 har. Hardy hardy har. There goes that red car. Ain't going so fast anymore. Playground! More like a death ground, maybe, if I can. Yeah, there we go. There we go. You better hope that I do not unleash my explodey burger powers on this building. Well, that just blew up right there. Who doesn't love a good old explodey burger? Beats a Big Mac or a Whopper any day. Yeah, I failed, but I don't care. At least I got to play with explodey burgers that are better than Big Macs, Whoppers, even Chicken Shack burgers. Alright. I think we shall switch games now. What should we go to? Let's go to natural disaster survival. But this has a bit of a twist. We've played natural disaster survival many times on this channel in days gone by. But this particular version is special in that the items are a bit more powerful. The balloons and apples are a bit more powerful, but you can power up the disaster machine for as little as 2 Robux. How's that? So let's power this up to the max. And it's really helpful that there's like buttons on the side. You don't actually need to go to the machine to power it up. You can just power it up and over again, and with the buttons until such time as you are satisfied or reaches its max. Because you can only have 7 disasters at a time. We have Manic Mansion, by the way. How good. Keep powering up. More power. And I'm going to show you how I can survive any amount of disasters in this game. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for this one. Alright, that's pretty powered up. I'll have to check later how much it's actually on. I kind of lost count. I shouldn't be standing up here, no. I'm gonna go inside, I think. There's a big old thunderstorm out here. You don't want to really be standing outside in this. Deactivating my balloon might help with getting inside. Thank you. Okay, we're on the front porch patio area now, and we're inside the house. Standing here, we should be fine. So, this thunderstorm pretty intense, huh? Lightning flashing all over the place. Very bright, it would seem. However, I think I shall be just fine in here. Until such time as the map respawns. Yep. Okay, I was worried it would do that. There's a glitch that can occasionally happen where if you survive, no matter if you survive the disaster, the map will, for some reason, try and, eject you off, and you'll end up falling down. You'll end up falling down through the map. Oh, my options on the left-hand side have gone. That's a bit annoying. Oh well. I guess we'll just have to live with it, yes? Not much we can really do. Unless I reset, of course, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. Whoa, I just got pinged up a bit, I think, there. I'm on the top with, literally everyone, it would seem. Well, not quite the top. Everyone else is taking out the top. What's a disaster? Meteor shower. How good. I'm going to see how long I can stay at the top here. I'm going to stay as high as I can for as long as I can. Right, I'm going to hop into that flagpole there. Or not. Whoa, okay, what just happened there? I think I got pushed slightly. Ooh, I just saw some debris falling. Watch the skies for meteors, everybody. Hopefully one doesn't come hitting me. That one, oh, this one's coming. Oh, wow, that is close. That was very close. I think, yeah, that nearly hit me. These meteors are landing pretty close to me at the moment, but I'm sure it's going to be just fine. even if I do stand here myself. Ooh, that one was also very close. Not good. Ooh, yeah, that was close. That was close. I really shouldn't be standing here like this, should I? Bad idea, bad move on my part, perhaps. But it's fine. It's fine. You watch. I'll be just fine. I'll survive, and I'll be awesome. By the way, if you hear... Oh, there we go. Now I'm falling through the map. By the way, if you hear watery noises at the moment, I think my mum's running a bath. So, don't get too alarmed by those watery-based noises. Alright, I'm going to show you how I survive multiple disasters. If it will let me. I'm trying to sit down on this bench. It's not... Let me sit down. I can't even get to the bench. Ah, screw it. Well, I'm not going to survive multiple disasters. Oh, we're at launch land. Perhaps I should go into the rocket. I know it's coming, and as long as it's nothing that affects rockets, then I should be just fine. Although I feel like in this game the rocket doesn't work. My balloon seems a bit weak. Hang on, let me just drink some stuff, and then I'll be just fine. Okay, we're jumping up into the crux of Launchland, and it looks like there's a snowstorm and a blizzard, a snowstorm and a sandstorm. Looks like it will be happening very shortly. Ah, yep, here we go. Acid rain, thunderstorm as well. Probably all sorts of other shenanigans that will be... Oh, yep. I think a lava flood and a volcanic eruption. Can I get to the volcano? That would be awesome if I could. Wow, I cannot see where I am. I cannot see at all where I am. Wait, there's a volcano. Get there. Get there now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, eat apples. Eat apples. And just hope to absolute hellheim that I do not get hit by flying chunks of lava. I seem to be kind of staying on top of my health. If I can survive all these disasters, it will be legendary. Absolute legendary if I can survive all these disasters at once. There's probably other disasters going on that I'm not quite aware of. Because they're quite a... Oh god, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Most of the stuff has stopped. I might be okay. Regaining health. I'm one of 2 survivors. How good. I'm just trying to check the chat again, but it's being a bit of a pickle again. Hold up. Here we go. We're probably gonna change games again after this round. Oh crap, there's a tsunami coming right for me. Get up onto this thing. Well, there's that. That was interesting. Oh, there goes the Ferris wheel, I suppose. But oh, it hit me. Did I just? Ooh, it didn't quite. No, oh, I'm an idiot. I just jumped off the map to try and get away from the Ferris wheel. That was a bit silly of me. Yes. Okay, last round, and we are going to switch games. I'm not sure what we'll play next. I think I've got an idea, and you guys might like it, but I'm not sure how well the stream will cope with it, though. Can you guess what it could be? Can you guess what it might be? We are at the glass office, by the way. It is an office made of glass and concrete and stuff as well. And just a warning, it's another meteor shower. Screw it, we're changing games now. Blop! Okay, let me find the game. Ah, yes, this game. This game would be good. Okay. I don't know why I'm speaking like this, but we are going into this game. It's called Titanic SOS, and it is a very good game. Everyone says that Roblox Titanic is the most accurate simulation of the Titanic on Roblox, but I think this one kind of takes the cake a little bit, you know? It's kind of a bit better in that, I mean, yes, less interactive and less stuff to play with, but it is still a very good game. Only problem is not the greatest on lower end machines, meaning that it kind of glitches a lot of the time if you're on just like an iPad or something. It runs fine for me on this iPad, but on my old iPad it would always crash. Here we are on the boat deck. Let's stop this voice now. We're on the boat deck, on the port side, near the grand staircase. We're gonna head down to the bow. I don't know why they're playing Near My God to Thee now, but they are. Unfortunately, I can't go the bridgeway to the bow, simply because... Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot you had to actually open the doors in this game. We'll just jump down to it like... Glop! Nope. I just... Oh, God. What did I do there? I think I went half in the roof or something. Right. Anyways, moving on. Jumping down to A deck. Here we go. Oh, honor and glory crowning time, everybody. And the gorgeous dome of the grand staircase. How good. And you can see there's actually famous accounts of Charles... Oh, I just fell down. I was going to say there are famous accounts of Charles Lightoller not falling down the stairs, but no. But looking down into F deck here, and seeing it slowly start to flood. If you look up, you can see the dome, the grand staircase through all of the decks. It's actually a really nice view. I guess that if the Titanic was ever rebuilt, they would have to probably maybe just like charge people to stand that one spot, but maybe not charge people, but certainly that would be the one of the most photographed spots on the entire ship. We'll do a more in-depth exploration a bit later perhaps, but for now we are going to go outside onto the A-deck promenade. Heading outside. Okay, let's open up this door. Thank you very much. Alright. Heading forwards. Oop, the sun's going down. Can only mean one thing. And think you know what that might mean. Can I get through? Thank you. Let's open up this door. Kaplop. Door is open. Heading down onto the well deck and then up onto the bow. And here's like a nice little detail. They've got the ladders behind the staircases. You could remove the stairs for whatever reason and then still use the ladders behind them. Not many Titanic games include that detail, but this one has, and really well too. And here you can see the whole ship pretty much now. You can change the lighting. I don't really want to change the lighting. I prefer to keep it on this lighting because it's the easiest to see. Perhaps later we'll change it. But for now, I fear something major may come to pass. Something big, cold, foreboding. That could, I don't know, sink the ship perhaps. And you can actually hear the sound of the wind as well, and like some other noises, I think. And a bell tolling. What is that ahead? Is that an iceberg? I think it might be an iceberg. Uh-oh. I hope we don't collide. We are looking kind of close to colliding. Ooh, we're gonna have we might just miss. No, we are having a glancing blow to her starboard side. See, as the iceberg just past, you can hear it hitting the ship. And there it goes, porting round. We're now out of the way of the iceberg. The ship's rattling ever so slightly. I do hope that this ship does not sink. If that happens, that'll be big sad. Very big sad indeed. Well, I suppose if the ship does sink, in case it does, which it's unlikely to happen, this Titanic is nearly unsinkable. Not fully unsinkable, but practically unsinkable. It's one of the safest ships in the world these days. It is such a good ship, but I'm just saying that if it is going to sink, we may as well check out what it has to offer before it's all gone. And to do so, we'll start with some of the lowest areas on the ship, because if it does sink, of course, they will obviously flood first. So, want to get them out of the way. And especially since we did hit an iceberg, some lower areas are going to flood anyway, whether we like it or not, whether it sinks the ship or not. So, here we are down on F deck. I think you can access the swimming pool on computers, but I don't think you can on mobile. I think the good thing about this game, which also is kind of a blessing in disguise, I think it kind of restricts areas that you can go to on some devices, on mobile in particular. That way you can play it and have a somewhat smooth experience, if you've got a somewhat more powerful mobile device. I've got an iPad 10, which came out just last year, so it's pretty powerful. But what it does is, I think it restricts access to some areas so that you can have a smoother experience without it glitching out and just have an absolute hissy fit on you. Which is really good and also kind of sucks in a way. I wish there might be a way to manipulate it and have it so you can have access to all areas. But then, of course, if I did that, obviously this game might be a whole lot more laggy. As you can see now, it's relatively smooth, so it's kind of okay. But I wouldn't want it too laggy for the stream, certainly. So certainly I'd probably change it back to normal anyway for the stream. So we're on Scotland Road, by the way. Whoop. We're jumping through the walls a little bit. How good. Heading, can we go any more aft? I don't think we can. Let's just head back forward to where we're meant to be, back at the grand staircase. The Dvorak's Humoresque. Nice string cover of it, of course. Titanic had a pretty good string ensemble. I think there was like 8 band members. They all played string instruments. A couple of them, probably, at least one of them, played the piano. There's this misconception that the band were out on deck the entire sinking, but we know that not to be true. In fact, they were in the lounge for quite some time, and then they were inside the grand staircase on the boat deck level. Oh, watertight doors are closing. They should have closed ages ago, or whatever. They were inside on the boat deck level for quite some time. It wasn't until basically the end, I believe, that they came out onto the deck. A couple of them, I reckon, would have played piano at some point. I think the Titanic had 9 pianos on board. Some of them grand pianos, some of them uprights. Obviously no digitals. They didn't exist back then. Certainly if they did, they would have been very crappy. But nah, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have existed back then. D-deck reception room, everybody. Hang on. And the candelabra here on the grand staircase. Perhaps, let's see if we can go into the dining saloon, as they said back in the day. Oh, it looks like we can. I think this is the dining saloon right here. A very nice place for the first class to mingle and mix and mingle and have lots of fun times as I jump over the tables and stuff. Definitely not wrecking everything as I go. Of course, everything was already set for breakfast. Like the way ships, the way these sorts of things operate at the time, and I believe to an extent they certainly do still operate like this. is once one meal is finished, they get ready for the next meal. Even if it's dinner to breakfast, they just get ready for it. After everyone's left from dinner, they just set everything up for breakfast. Obviously not cooking most things yet, but they just set the tables up just to make sure that, especially those who come really early for breakfast, that they've got all their stuff ready for them, I suppose. Especially in the first class, you have people waiting on your hand and foot. Shall we perhaps take a little ride in the lifts, if we can get to them, which I believe we can in this game? I think I'm one deck too far down, hang on. Alright, yep, this is... Ooh, I heard some beeping, is that... Sounds like Morse code to me. I hope we're not sending out any distress messages. God, what am I doing? I'm just walking around randomly, it seems. Oh no, I am on the right deck. Let's just see if the lifts are here. Am I hearing what I think I'm hearing? That being lifeboats being lowered? And like, if not lowered, getting prepped and readied for launching? Because if so, that is quite concerning. Let's see how the situation is looking below decks. Here we are on E deck, heading down to F deck. Oh dear, okay. I was not expecting this. There is water. Basically, F deck is completely flooded. The water is now basically up to... Yeah, it is now up to the landing between E deck and F deck here on the staircase. You can actually change the water in this game, I believe. So you can change the lighting as well. Currently it's on flat. But the water... I mean, it says it's on transparent, but it's not really transparent, is it? Murky. Let's see how that looks. Literally the same. As I said, some aspects of this game, and a lot of games in general, where they're cross-platform, they restrict some features to make it run better. So, as we saw before, like, not all areas seem to be accessible, and not all areas, not all textures are available, like this water texture, transparency. But I've seen when people have played this game on computers, they've got transparent water, and it looks absolutely amazing. Like, I can't believe how awesome it just looks. Let us climb up to the boat deck again and see what's going on outside. Oops, sorry, person. Alright, yep, this is the boat deck. We are gonna, here's a piano here, as I said before. Let's see if it's got the right key configuration. Because I know some pianos I've seen in some games, they look very, very weird indeed. But it would appear that this piano has all the right key configurations. Unfortunately, I can't play it. Oh wait, hang on. I can see it, I think. Oh yeah, and sat down. Yeah, okay, yeah, but I can't play it. That's a shame. What they should do, I think, is... I know there's piano games on Roblox where you sit down and you can play the piano. And I think even on computers you can connect up your like MIDI keyboard or other keyboard up to it. And you can play the piano from that into Roblox and probably trick everyone thinking that you're just some sort of like virtuoso on mobile pianoing. Of course, that's not the case, but necessarily, but you know. Oh, I didn't think you could go this far forward, but you can. Maybe at this point I was thinking. Of course, I probably can't go on the bridge because only people with the crew pass can likely go on the bridge. But as you can see here, see these flashing lights? This is the Morse lamp. They were trying to signal another ship off on the horizon, the Californian. However, their wireless operator was in bed at the time. And really the captain didn't really do enough to try and save... I'm in a lifeboat now. To try and save the Titanic survivors. He was basically just like, oh, just keep watching the ship. Just don't worry about doing anything about it. He should have woken up the wireless operator, I think. They did try to signal the Titanic with the Morse lamp, but of course there was a mirage that night which bent the light in such a way and distorted it that, well, they just could not quite see what was happening. They saw there was probably a Morse lamp, but they could not read it at all. It was really the Titanic disaster was a storm in a teacup. Perfect set of circumstances that led to such disaster. So many reasons. The mirage, the calm water, no moon, the ice field being a bit further south than it usually was. But, you know, it was just... So, it was just such a way, it just happens, I guess. It just happens. You can't do much about it. Hindsight really is 20/20 vision. In that, you know, you can just, look back and think, oh, they should have done this or that. But that's all well and good. But of course, you can't go back and change the past, can you? Not unless you're in a game or fantasy. And yeah, you would wish that things like Titanic Adventure Out of Time were real. Sure, you didn't save the ship, but you prevented World War I, World War II, the Cold War, and all sorts of good things ended up happening if you got the perfect ending. Oh, I think we're being lowered away. Oh no, we're not being lowered away just yet, but we probably will soon. This is lifeboat number 2, I believe. So, as I was saying, we can look back on the Titanic and other disasters and say, alright, well, let's say the Titanic. We could say, oh, yep, now we're being lowered. We can say, oh, they should have slowed down, they should have done this or that. But there's nothing we can do, and ultimately, humanity has a way of coming back better after disasters. Of course, after Titanic, like, all sorts of new laws were in place. All ships had to have enough lifeboats for everyone on board. Everyone had to, there was an ice patrol as well. Oh, Now that we're in a lifeboat, I can change the lighting probably. How do these look? Hoo-hoo. These are some nice lighting fixtures here. This looks like the movie, this does. With that blue lighting there. Ah, yes, this is a good lighting. I think this is probably the most accurate lighting you'll get. And I'm going to turn my brightness up so I can see properly what's going on. I reckon, yep. We're going around the stern here. I'm just going to stay in this lifeboat for the rest of the game. So I'm zoomed in now. You can see the funnels and stuff somewhat. And you can see where the ship is in the water. You can see it is going down. We're not at the greatest angle for it. Just for you to see. But later on you'll be able to see so much more stuff probably. But you can barely see anything. That's interesting. Like, it was so dark, of course, that night. No moon. Lots of stars, but no moon. And people often forget when they play games and stuff just how dark it was and how hard it would have been to see stuff not lit up. Because, yeah, Titanic was a big ship with lots and lots of lights, but not all the lights were on. And this was 1912. Lighting then was nowhere near as good as it is today. Today's light just penetrates so much better. It's so much more efficient. But in 1912, not so much. So you've probably seen a whole bunch. You might have seen a whole bunch of sinking animations of the Titanic, from like Honor and Glory and things like that, and you just see in the blackness just the ship. But all you can see is the bits that are lit up. You can't really see well the funnels or anything. That's just nighttime for you. Some people forget that when they're in the city and there's always lights on at all times, all night long, and polluting the air with light, essentially, light pollution. It basically just, you just can't, it's just harder to imagine how dark nights can get. Especially when you're out in the middle of the ocean. I think, like, more than 500 miles of 500 kilometers away from any land. Near a ship, yeah, it's probably like 10, 15 kilometers off. But even still, they could only see some lights. Although, when they look through their telescope, it looks so tantalizingly close. I think I saw somewhere that they could almost see portholes. Just about. I'm getting tired. We'll probably end the stream after this game is finished. But, yeah, but the ship, the Californian, apparently appeared to steam away and not be seen again, and lifeboats were dotted around the area. The survivors described as how dark it was and they could only see the stars. Yet when the dawn came, when the Carpathia arrived, when the sun rose, they could see so many icebergs just dotted around the place. Oh, people think that, Titanic was just unlucky. There was just one bando iceberg just sitting there. No, it was an ice field. It was lots and lots of icebergs hanging around. Lots. Big, small, all sorts of shapes as well. And Titanic had been warned of an ice field, and Captain Smith did try to avoid it. Yet, unfortunately, it covered such a large area. And he did get people to look out for it. He did tell the lookouts, alright, watch out for icebergs, especially around these times. I'm going to turn the lighting back to normal, see if we can see more. Why is it not going back to flat lighting? Oh, this lighting will do. Yeah, we haven't got the greatest angle at the moment, but we got a nice view of the stern. I'll say that much. There is a flight path in this game, but I believe it's only for computer. Oh yeah, see how I was talking about stars before? You can see them all up there. All sorts of stars, constellations, so many in the night sky. No light pollution apart from the ship itself to get in the way. I reset my character so we can get back on the ship. Alright, back on the ship we go. I hear a few songs playing at the same time. It's a bit weird. I think our best bet is going to be this lighting. Is bluish lighting. It looks, as I said, a lot like the movie. This is flat lighting, as we kind of saw it before, but it's all blue for some reason. Oh, there we go. I think it's kind of going back to normal there. What it's meant to be. We're in another lifeboat. And it looks like the bow has completely gone under the water. Where is the water up to? Ooh, it's basically at the bridge. Not far off at all. Hang on, let me zoom back in slightly. Yeah, the water is gonna very shortly start lapping through the boat deck. We are in a lifeboat like 1 or something, I believe, or pretty close to. But this lifeboat, it's about to drop into the water anyway, even though it's not being lowered away, because the water is just so close to it. And I just closed the door. How good. I think it was a door onto the attic promenade. Hehehe, playing with the doors. Hehehe. I must say, if this lifeboat don't get lowered soon, we're all gonna drown. And by we, I mean mainly just me. I don't think anyone else is in this boat. Oh, yep, the water's lapping at the bottom just about. Alright, here we go. I think we're setting off. Let's go. You can see I got a really good view of the funnel here. How good. Oh, and it's fallen. Ooh, sploosh. Up, up, up. Swim, swim, swim. Ooh, the dome just broke. How good is that? I believe... Hang on, just trying to see what kind of sinking this is. I just died. I believe this is the modern sinking. But I can't be 1000% sure on that. Okay, we just spawned underwater. How good. And the ship has split. I think the only way we can watch this now is if I reset. And then we just watch off on the menu screen. Ah yes, there we go. The stern's falling down. Funnels have come off. We've got a great view of the ship. Kind of tracking around the starboard side somewhat. You can see all the decks and stuff, all bits of the ship as it slowly pulls itself up. The stern, the bow pulling the stern almost vertical. Camera panning around the ship. Stern at this point is all but vertical and of course about ready to go down very quickly. The stern of the ship is on the wreck. The stern is absolutely destroyed, and the reason why is because it went down so fast. Air didn't have time to escape. And so it imploded on the way down. Everything just went ricocheting off. And the stern's about to go under as I zoom in here. And there it goes. Here's something disturbing, actually, and I advise you to click off now if you don't like things that are very haunting. Here we go. It is likely that, as I said, as the stern went under, there was still a whole lot of air inside. It is likely that when the stern went under, there were people in there still alive. Because, and like, they might not have known that they'd gone underwater because it was so dark. And all of a sudden the ship just implodes, just claps together parts of it, killing anyone who was in there instantly. Like, instantly. No chance of feeling anything, basically. So that's something disturbing and something that you probably wouldn't want to think about. And on that happy note, I think I might end the stream right about here. It's been fun tonight, celebrating 2,500 subscribers and 1 million views. Thank you all so much for these milestones. It truly means a lot, even though it doesn't seem to me that it seemed to you that it means a lot to me because I don't post much anymore, but it really does mean a lot. You know, 3 years ago when I started this channel, I thought it's just going to be really, really terrible, nothing good will ever come out of it. Here I am now with over 2,600 subscribers and over 1 million views, and it still blows my mind. It really does, that people are seeing me watching videos that I created. It really does mean so much, and I thank you all so much for viewing, subscribing. Continue to do so. I do want to post more, I really do. I really do. Only thing is, I'm just so busy. I'm in year 11, I've got so much homework to do. But I will say this, I'm pretty sure there's going to be something really cool coming out. If you like soundtracks, you remember those soundtracks I released last year? There's more coming out this year, and I can tell you that these ones are 10 times better. Oop, the game's restarting. Ship's raising up out of the water, essentially. How good. And there's a nice daytime view of the ship. And with that, I'm going to call that a stream just there, I think. Again, thank you so much. Look forward to a new series coming. It's probably going to start either, maybe not next week, probably the week after, but soon, very soon. Thank you for coming tonight, even though there was probably no one apart from Smart as Marbles. Let's just have a final check of the chat. Likely that there's no one really around, but still worthy to check. Alright, nothing new in the chat. Thanks for coming, everyone, and I will see you all soon.